Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it up.
Sorry about that, guys. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday, April 12th. And thank you guys for being with me tonight on another live. I appreciate it. Sorry, this one's a little bit pushed out. I didn't mean to be so late, but I'm sorry about that. I had to grab the dog and now she's sitting over by the door. What are you doing? We'll put her blanket over there. And then we'll get started. Here. There you go. In case you want it, just in case. She was at the door, act like she wanted to come in. Now she doesn't act like she wants to be here. So, we're not going to force her to be here, are we? We're not going to force her. Maybe we will. She looks like she doesn't feel very good, though. You okay, Ronnie? Hey, what's the matter? She's just like looking down at the floor. Okay, sorry about that. My dogs are my kids, so when one of them are not looking right, I'm gonna be paying attention. But yeah, I don't know. She's okay. I think she's just being shy. But welcome in. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Tanya or TitaniumBuilt. Thank you for joining me, like I said, for a live. Thanks for the returning Titans for coming back and joining me for yet another live. And also, thank you guys, before I forget, thank you for going over last night to Decipher podcast. The ones that were in the chat, we all went over after the live to support them because they were doing the Rachel Morin case. And you guys really went over there and showed up. And it was nice to see that. Like everyone was like, Tanya sent us, TitaniumBuilt sent us. So it was really sweet seeing that. So thank you for doing that. And it was a good podcast. I actually fell asleep, so I need to go back and rewatch some of it. I was exhausted. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. After 7-day overtime, we were in the final against our arch enemy in the best of the 7-game series. Ooh, good luck. Now I'm not able to work with certain people. No joke. Oh no, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I can understand. I remember being a kid and them lighting Terrell Owens' like they had a casket out there with his memorabilia in there when he went off the team, and they caught that crap on fire right in the middle of the parking lot. I was like, I knew we were rough, but I didn't realize we were that rough. You know what I mean? Hey, Moxie's mom, welcome in. Hey, CJK, it's good to see ya. Hey, James. I don't know about those calls, and I've been on this for a long time, but I did hear somebody say earlier that Bryan was an alleged suspect. And I'm like, no, he's the only suspect. He's allegedly he killed these people, but no, he's a suspect. Oh, have a good night, Mr. Rosebud. I hope you have a good night listening in the dark. Hey, Squeaky Wheel. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. That wouldn't be good, would it? Me and Kohberger? I don't know. I have a smaller nose than Kohberger, though. Uh-oh. Ladybug just signed up for the YouTube Premium. Your life is about to change, Ladybug. Your life's about to change. So welcome in, Boone. Good to see you, Petunia. Hey, Mandy. It's good to see everybody. Oh, cinnamon bun. Someone's making food. Hey, Willows. 6 more hours. Oh. Well, you were stuck in the airport last night, weren't you? So I guess that's a good thing that, only 6 more hours. Man. Hopefully you're riding passenger. If you're in a car. Hey, Ministry of the Defense. She went and laid on her blanket. I know I need to do some earlier lives for you guys that are overseas. Because you guys are here a lot. Oh, did he? See, I didn't know that, Ministry of Defense. We're going to go through some of the messages. Oh, watching UFC, DM. That's what's up. That's what's up. My dad used to make me watch that. Not make me, but he'd be like, come and sit with me. And then he would turn that on. And I'm like, really? Got to watch people bleeding and bloodied. And, I can't do it as an adult. But as a kid, I could. I don't know why. He actually met one of the UFC fighters way back when. It was Mike something or other. And my dad said he was going to kick the guy's ass. And my dad was all of 5'10", 140. But he was the strongest man I ever met. Hey, exquisite. So that's what the guy wrote on his shirt. It was like funny. They met him at like a bar or something that was in town where I grew up. Hey, Lisa. Hey, classic one. Hey, baby girl. So I thought I heard something about that, but I can't remember where I saw it at, baby girl. But yeah, I heard something about him buying a gift card to Amazon as well. Like they weren't going to be able to track a gift card purchase. It all goes into your Amazon balance. Like even when you like take something back, or if you get what did I get? Was that a gift card? Oh no, I turned in points from like, okay, so I take it's called Fetch. I'm not affiliated with them, but I take pictures of my receipts, and if you add them up, like over time, you can get different like gift cards. So I've gotten an Amazon gift card that way before, but it all goes into your Amazon like balance. So it just shows as like a gift card. So yeah, he's. They always get you. It's like the Google searches usually, or the Walmart purchases. Hey, Shells. It's always something that gets them, Hey, Jenny. I think I'm getting to the bottom. So, hey, Angie, welcome in. Hey, Betsy. Hey, Aries. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, hit the thumbs up, all the good things. Hey, Tempest. I'll put the chat for the membership if you guys would like to become members. I'd love to have you guys become members of the channel. And hey, Tony. Pretty hate machine. I'm getting to the bottom, I think. I thought I was, but I don't know. Hey, Triple L. Hey, Wicked. Is it Mania? Something like that. Kathy, hey, welcome in. You love YouTube Premium. I do too. I don't know how I don't know how I ever went without it. I got it for the channel. So, hey Jenny. I didn't want you guys to have to watch ads, which I mean, that would be funny, wouldn't it? You guys, especially for the people that don't pay for premium, right? Double ads. Oh my gosh, that'd be bad. You watched it again today? I thought about watching it again. Like at least flipping through it. Oh, what happened? I missed something with Aries. What was it? Sorry to hear that, Aries. I'll remember you in my thoughts and prayers. Are we okay? You okay, Aries? Hold on. Oh, is everyone okay? Loves to lurk. I didn't, but I did get the progression picture. I just saw that. I don't know how I missed you. He did. Oh, that's why I was gonna. I'm sorry, Aries. I was hoping that wasn't what I was going to see when I was going up. You're in my prayers. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. I know your family means a lot to you. That really makes my heart hurt. Yeah. If you need to reach out, Aries, anytime. Hey, Marianne. How are you doing? Hey, Danielle. Yeah, if you need to reach out, you reach out, Aries. You know my email's titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy one. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, Glamour Fox. Look at all of us coming in. Get to the ducking point. I love that name. We've been covering this case for a little while, Glamour Fox. We've been going back over and just revisiting stuff. And actually hey, Suzanne, this I actually haven't even went over before. So it's like new. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Man, Aries, you like, don't you get me in my teary eyes. But it'll come back. I promise it will. So it will. I believe that probably Xana grabbed her DoorDash. I would think. But I don't think that I think it was a door drop off. So it was just like one of those where, they just dropped it off and they got back in their car and they left. Somebody did that to me the other day and they didn't even ring my buzzer. Like I got the message saying like my food was here and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I didn't hear the buzzer. So I don't know how they got in, but they did. Ooh, that's probably not good, huh? Hey, Bev. See, that's what I don't know. I didn't know that he was incarcerated whenever he was still posting. So we were just going to fly through these then. And then I do have the screen captures for the inside looking account as well. And that thing is like 33 pages. I was like, my goodness. That's a long document. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Lucia. Welcome in, everybody. I'm missing 96 in Texas. Oh my goodness. It's been cold here. I wore a jacket today again. I'm wearing my winter jacket. Good thing I didn't, put that away or anything. Okay. I'm going to pull this up first, but I actually have some notes. So a Facebook profile named Pappa Rodger and a Reddit thread by the name of Inside Looking were going crazy on the internet. People were believing that it was, in fact, Bryan Kohberger, but some of you guys were saying that, he was, they were posted after he was incarcerated. I don't think that he would have somebody posting for him if he was Pappa Rodgers, but you never know. I mean, I guess you never know, but I don't think that he would have anybody that close to him. In Washington or in Pennsylvania that would do that for him. Unless, of course, you want to believe Ann Taylor. She says that there's 2 suspects in this crime. So if you want to believe what Ann Taylor says, then, maybe there was somebody that was in there posting for him, but I doubt that. But we will go through the post. And I found a quicker video too. So I was going to use Jay's video, but it was like 30 minutes long. I was like, dang, that's a long video. So I found like a 12-minute one. It would though. So that was my kind of thought in the beginning to DM that maybe somebody like had went in through like with DoorDash because that would get someone to open their door. But I don't know. I never open my door for DoorDash. I just don't like. I don't know if I have it like set to leave it at the door, but they usually always knock. Like they'll not like knock on my door, but like because I have two doors you have to enter, so it's like to get into my house. So like the first door they enter, it's locked. It's a locked door, but it has a buzzer on it. So I buzz them, in. And normally I know it's DoorDash. And what I do, this is just what I do, to try to stay safe. This is my attempting to stay safe. Is I listen after they drop my food off. Like I look through the little peephole. When they drop my food off, after they go outside, I can hear that door slam because no one ever shuts it quietly, like ever. They just let it go and it slams shut. So I can hear the door slamming shut. So I know it's locked. And, more than likely they're on the outside. And if they're not, they're all the way down at the bottom stairs. Like there's no way they would be able to get to me before I grabbed my food and got in to my house. Does that make sense? So I always wait just to hear that door on the bottom close. Maybe, I doubt it, but maybe Xana, waited for the car door to close and then grabbed her food, but I doubt it, because like they were young, they were just getting their food and going along with their business, so. She was in her room. Dylan was in her room, I believe. Yeah. His grandfather passed, Willow's. Yeah, everyone pray for Aries. Such a good guy. Good friend. Okay, let me put me down here because I think you guys will be able to see the screen better. We'll see. You guys tell me if tonight you think you can see the screen a little better, like reading stuff wise. If you need me to, I could always like zoom in on it. But I'm going to read it to you anyway. So I just want to make sure you guys can read it. Okay. So we're going to start, I'm going to start up here and read you these notes though. So basically I thought it would be interesting to go through and show two aspects of the profile, like of his profile. On tonight's live, we're going to do pretty much that. We're going to look at the investigation before Bryan was arrested and then after the murders and match it up with the post and the timeline through the PCA. Papa Rodger started posting on Facebook in a Facebook group in November 2022, 2 weeks after the homicides happened. Inside Looking appears to have started posting around December 24th, 2022, and they were posting onto Reddit. So, and if you guys know of an earlier time that he posted, let me know, but that's the earliest I saw. So here's kind of what's happening in the affidavit and, with the case up into the point when they start as they start writing. So I'm going to go through like November 22nd to like the 30th until Bryan's arrest. And then we'll go through the rest of it as needed. Maybe we'll go through a little bit more than that. Oh wait, December 30th is what I wanted. But yeah, okay. Okie dokie. So we're going to start at the 22nd. We're going to go through December 30th. Let me go down to the 22nd. Okay. Sorry, I'm making you guys probably dizzy because I'm going back and forth. But Moscow PD detectives continue to look for the weapon. This is November 22nd. The type of knife thought to be used in the attacks is believed to be a fixed blade knife. And let me see something. Okay. Let me grab this link really quick before I forget. And thank you guys all for being here. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pin the link at the top. So let me just do that real quick in case anybody decides to come up. Where did he say something about the crime and he ended with fight me? I don't know. Hey, Tammy's Clips. Never heard him say fight me. Is it going to be in the Papa Rodger's like thread? Because I was reading through them. I didn't see that, but I'm just putting this in the chat. That way you guys have a little welcome. Oh, this is members only. Why'd I do that? Okay, we're going to delete that and we're just going to forget it. We're just going to put the panel link. I grabbed the wrong thing and I want you guys to have to wait because it's taken me. There it is. Damn near forever. Okay, so. Okay. My goodness. I was about to make this a members only, Wouldn't do that to you guys. Well, actually, I would. I would do that. That would be kind of fun, actually, do members live and then have it open. It's where other people could see. So November 23rd, Moscow PD, and they do not believe the male Kaylee and Madison attempted to contact numerous times on November 13th is involved in this crime. Kaylee mentioned having a stalker, but detectives have been unable to corroborate the statement. November 25th, 2022, Governor Brad Little has directed up to $1 million in state emergency funds for the ongoing investigation. There's a stabbing in Pullman, Washington, and the 2021 double stabbing and with one death in Salem, Oregon. With these, while these cases share similarities with the King Road homicides, there does not appear to be any evidence to support the cases are related. On November 22nd, 2022, 78 calls for unusual circumstances and 36 requests to check the welfare of loved ones. So that's an increase from 70 to 18 and 18, respectively, for all of October. Is that just for one day? It looks like it. Okay. Well, maybe not because it says maybe. Wow, that's a lot if it is. November 30th, 2022. And I'm sure a lot of people were calling in I know that they were. We had heard that during the beginning of the investigation. There was, a lot of kids decided at first to stay. They stayed the first few days and then a lot of them ended up leaving. I think more than half the school or something left. It was a lot of people left. They were able to do their schooling, online and stuff like that. So they were able to leave. So November 30th, 2022, Moscow detectives confirmed the victims were located on the second and third floors of the residence. Moscow PD detectives seeking help from the residents and businesses within the area of West Taylor Avenue, West Palouse River Drive, Highway 95 South to 2700 block of Highway 95 South, and Arbitrarium and Botanical Garden, West Boundary. Investigators announced they are looking for the occupants of a white Hyundai Elantra seen near the crime scene. December 1st, this is an additional interview that Dylan did, and we can go through it. So this was 18 days after the first interview that DM did. DM was interviewed by forensic interviewer Aaron Williamson. DM was interviewed by forensic interviewer Aaron Williamson, and this is new, but I'll still read it. DM gave a detailed accounting of Saturday, November 12th, 2022, until she went to bed on Sunday, November 13th, 2022. DM reported she heard a man's voice, and it wasn't Ethan's. It was like, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." She saw an all-black figure about my height, maybe a few inches taller, skinny build, wearing a mask. DM texted BF, "There's a guy in all black." DM described the ski mask. She described hearing a man's voice stating, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." She again described seeing a figure in all black about her height or a few inches taller with skinny build wearing a mask. She stated, "I don't remember if it was just like one eyebrow or two, but it was just like this bushy eyebrow." DM drew the mask for the interviewer. DM reported she heard a man's voice and it wasn't Ethan's. It was like, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Again, DM described the ski mask, or balaclava, whatever you want to call it. "I couldn't see any of his hair, but I remember just seeing it was almost rectangular, not the circle ones. It was rectangular because I remember seeing just like. I don't know how to explain it. Just seeing like this, maybe I'd be able to see like a cross, but I don't remember seeing his eyes. I wonder what the cross would be. Like, would that be a brand name? I'm trying to think of like an outdoor brand name with a cross as their symbol. It says, but I feel like his eyes were there. I could just see like an eyebrow. I feel like that's how I know he saw me, because I could see his eyebrow. Like if I could see his eyebrow, he can see me. DM reiterated, from what I remember, I think he was just like walking past that little wall and going towards the kitchen. And I don't know, like I just remember seeing an eyebrow. I don't know why I just see one. It was just like one bushy eyebrow. I don't remember the color, like the full shape. I just remember it being bushy. She's hell-bent on letting them know it's a bushy eyebrow. She described his clothing again, stating the male was wearing black long sleeves, black pants, and black boots. At the end of the interview, DM drew the mask for the interviewer. While drawing, she gave a consistent description of the mask and noted the eyebrows. I don't remember if I saw one or two. It's like it was just weird. So she said he was wearing black boots. So I'm going to assume that latent shoe print that was found in the hallway is not going to be Bryan Kohberger's. Maybe Dylan's, but probably not Bryan Kohberger's. If he was wearing boots, because they were like the diamond shaped pattern, remember, similar to a Vans type of shoe. I think that's the exact wording, if I remember right. So, yeah, it would probably be maybe Dylan's. So according to the defense, Dylan or DM described the intruder again, but stated she did not see his eyes. She saw one or two bushy eyebrows. She did not remember their shape or color. Expressed continued confusion between what was real and what may have been a dream. Initially thought the intruder was a fireman. December 7th, 2022. I wonder what made her think he was a fireman. Maybe the balaclava? Like, what kind of mask do they wear? Like, I'm trying to see if I can find one. They're just like the big ones, like the gas type masks. You know what I mean? Yeah, Julian, I think you're right. Because of his outfit, Kristen, I think you guys are right too. And maybe the mask, and she, you know what I mean? Oh, man, I just, it's crazy. So December 7th, 2022, Moscow police confirmed they have received thousands of tips about the Hyundai Elantra. December 6th, 2022. Why did they switch those? Okay, that's not in order, but investigators obtained a search warrant for DoorDash. December 19th, investigators identified Bryan Kohberger as a suspect using investigative genetic genealogy. Law enforcement then began compiling further evidence to justify a warrant for his arrest. December 21st, 2022, investigators obtained aerial photographs of Kohberger's family residence in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. These images were used to access entry/exit points, surveillance placement, and logistical planning for an arrest. December 23rd, 2022, law enforcement drove by Kohberger's parents' house. This was part of pre-arrest surveillance to confirm his presence at the residence and monitor any potential activity. December 24th, 2022, officers began physically following Kohberger to track his movements. December 25th, 2022, investigators installed surveillance cameras on the property of Kohberger's parents. These cameras monitored all movements in and out of the house, including Kohberger's activities and possible destruction of evidence. I forgot that they did that. They put the cameras out there. I was wondering the other day if he could have done that. If Bryan could have put some sort of like trail cam on one of the trees back there and was like observing them from the trail cam. Because you can just take the trail cam right off the tree. I mean, and that's the end of it, right? But they haven't had any like luck. You know, they haven't said that they found a trail cam. So I don't know if he would actually do that. But I mean, it would be perfect if you thought about it, like, because there's all those trees back there. You could put a trail cam back there, face it towards the back slider door. You could see like right into the house and see a lot of the stuff that they do, and not be that, like, have to physically be there. So then December 24th, officers officially began physically following Kohberger to track his movements. And so he's just thinking it's Christmas Eve, you know. He's probably listening to Holly Jolly Christmas and just singing along, thinking he has, you know, he's back home. No one's going to get him back home. December 25th, 2022, investigators installed surveillance cameras. I think I read that part already. These cameras monitored all movements in and out of the house, including Kohberger's activities and possible destruction of evidence. Wonder what that was, maybe. December 27th, 2022, law enforcement retrieved trash from Kohberger's residence. This trash was sent for DNA testing, focusing on items with possible biological material from his father or other family members. The goal was to confirm a familial DNA link between Kohberger and the DNA found on a knife sheath left at the crime scene. Actually, their goal was to get a direct hit. But they didn't get a direct hit. They got a familial hit, meaning like, hey, this person's son is who you're looking for. And there was only one boy. So Bryan Kohberger, you know, if he had a brother, maybe they would have looked at the brother first, but they didn't. He doesn't. So they didn't. December 28th, DNA analysis confirmed a familial match between Kohberger's father and the crime scene DNA. Pennsylvania State Police become aware of the objective of arresting Mr. Kohberger, via Moscow Police Corporal Payne. The FBI coordinated with Idaho police and Pennsylvania authorities to plan the apprehension. So, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now, you know? He's just living life, going through the days. I wonder if he was thinking, like, I'm going to get caught soon. You know, like, I wonder if he had any inkling at all. Like, when they drove by. I wonder if he saw him driving by. I know that, I know I was at it was like a house party when I was like super young. I was like 19 or 20, and it was at a college, and there were two undercover police there. And as soon as I saw them, I knew they were undercovers. The way they were dressed so outdated, like just their clothes and stuff. And I was right. They were two undercover cops. So sometimes they're not very sneaky when they're trying to be undercover. So I'm wondering if like Kohberger saw them and maybe that's why he was putting his trash into baggies at that point. I don't know. But I know that somebody with OCD is not going to go back through their trash again. You throw it away, You're done. Gloves or no gloves. So the arrest warrant statement at 4:44 p.m., a magistrate in Pennsylvania issued a search warrant for 119 Lambsden Drive, Chestnut Hill Township, Monroe County, the home of Kohberger's parents. 2:22 p.m. And this is, I think, Pacific. So the magistrate in this matter signed an arrest warrant for Mr. Kohberger in Latah County. The affidavit for warrant was signed by the Moscow Police Department Corporal Payne. 2:43 p.m., a criminal complaint and probable cause order was filed in this matter. Law enforcement used DM's prior interview descriptions to support an arrest for Kohberger. The affidavit described the suspect as 5'10" or taller, male, athletic build, wearing black clothing and a mask, having bushy eyebrows. The bushy eyebrows just makes me every time. Pennsylvania, because I mean, they do look different now. 10 p.m., Pennsylvania SWAT began preparations to arrest Mr. Kohberger. At 11:15 p.m., Pennsylvania law enforcement surveilling Bryan Kohberger. And then this is December 30th. At 1:14 a.m., Pennsylvania SWAT raided Kohberger's parents' home. So that's when they busted in the door. Kohberger made statements to his arresting officers. Can't wait to find out what that is. Can't wait. Like, did he say, I did it? I didn't do it? What are you doing here? Why are you arresting me? How you doing? How's your wife? I mean, what did he say? Like, he's supposed to like not be able to speak well with people, right? I would think that, having people arresting you, I would probably be a little shocked and stunned to speak. He was transported to police station in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and made statements during transport. So he was talking on the way there to the jail. They always do. And that'll all be videotaped. So that'll all be played during the trial. I'm surprised Ann Taylor hasn't tried to suppress any of that. Kohberger was processed, during which police collected information about his person. During interrogation before requesting an attorney, Mr. Kohberger made statements to interrogators from the Idaho State Police and the Moscow Police Department. Big dummy. Before you got a lawyer, you were talking. Everyone knows if you have a criminal case or anything like that, if you have a case, don't talk. Shut your mouth. Keep quiet. It does nothing but hurt your case. 4 a.m. So on December 30th, 2023, Pennsylvania State Police filed a criminal complaint. Bryan Kohberger is arrested in Pennsylvania, and the Hyundai Elantra is seized. Kohberger appears in court in Pennsylvania and agrees to be extradited to Idaho. And then December 30th, they interview DM again, and she's interviewed by the ISP detectives Joe Lake and Gary Tolson in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And let me see, we could read through this. We'll read through this real quick. So DM was asked about Bryan Kohberger. DM was asked, have you seen a picture of Mr. Kohberger? DM responded, yeah, I looked him up today when I found out. Regarding what picture she saw, she stated, I've seen the mugshot one with the vest thing, I think. And that's the green, when he's in the green, like turtle suit. You guys know which one I'm talking about. Let me see if I can pull it up. There he is. This one here. So I wonder if she looked at this picture and like, I wonder if it all came like flooding back to her. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Sailor George. Like looking at, like, I mean, just seeing the bushy eyebrow, maybe the eyes too. Maybe she didn't remember the eyes, but then when she saw him again, maybe she did, that's terrifying. And so, it says, regardless what picture she saw, she stated, I've seen the mugshot one with the vest thing, I think. The interviewer asked, this Bryan Kohberger, the person that you saw in this mugshot, is that the person you saw in your house? DM responded, I have no clue from what I remember. I just remember seeing this figure that was like not fat, obviously, but more of like the skinnier toned build and some mask on. I don't know what the mask exactly was, but when I thought about it, it was just like covering here and there. I don't know if it was covering his mouth, his nose, or below his mouth and nose. I just remember knowing that he was white, but I didn't know how he was white. I just knew he was. And this knowing theirs, like I knew he had to look at me because of the bushy eyebrow. That's all I remember. But I have no idea what he looked like. I don't like when I look at his picture, nothing came back to me at all. Oh, there we go. So that, like, I don't know. I feel like if I saw that, my mind would be like, oh yeah, that's him. But it's just, I don't remember at all. Okay. So she's not going to be a very good looks like eyewitness. I mean, they're saying she is, but if she's saying this, then not so much probably. Regarding DM telling BF that the male had a big nose, DM stated, okay, so apparently Bethany, I'm assuming Bethany was in her own interview, and she said that Dylan told her that the person had a big nose. because it's saying regarding DM telling BF the male had a big nose. DM stated, all I remember, but I don't remember big nose at all, like at all. That's like, all I remember is like some bushy eyebrow and all black and some sort of mask, but it wasn't like one of those circle ski masks. That's all I remember. Okay. It says, according to the defense, December 30th, 2022, post-arrest interview with Dylan, conducted by Detectives Lake and Tolson. Dylan, our DM, saw Kohberger's mugshot online but did not recognize him as the intruder. Reaffirmed that all she remembered was bushy eyebrows, black clothing, and some sort of mask. DM confirmed that she had seen Kohberger's mugshot online earlier that day. When asked if the person in the mugshot was the man she saw in her house, DM responded, I have no clue. She reiterated, I knew he had looked at me because of the bushy eyebrow. That's all I remember. When asked if she had previously described the intruder as having a big nose, she denied it, stating, I don't remember big nose at all. All I remember is some bushy eyebrow and all black and some sort of mask. Okay, so I'm wondering when Bethany says something about the nose. If she said something about the nose prior to Bryan Kohberger being arrested, I would be like, okay, maybe Dylan did say that and she just doesn't remember. This is December 30th. That's very, I mean, because Bryan does have a big nose. I mean, like he has, not like a huge nose, but I mean, it's pretty prominent, you know? Hey, Crafty One. Hey, welcome in, everybody. No, because she has that nose. He does have a bite. Yeah. And it looks like it's been broken like a few times. Like, and he didn't get no reconstructive surgery. I've had 2 on my nose. My nose was broke so many times. It's ungodly. And I'm not a boxer, just from accidents. But his nose was probably, I think, from boxing. Because remember, he used to do that. Although he can't do anything. Oh, Deborah, let's come on up. Grab the link. Go ahead and grab that link, Deborah. Go ahead and grab it. You come up here and you tell me why I'm wrong. Because I didn't even say anything about Bryan Kohberger being guilty, but, you know. Okay. Guess she retracted her statement. January 3rd, we don't have to go past this one, though, but Kohberger waived extradition to Pennsylvania, agreeing to be transported back to Idaho to face the charges. Now, let me grab this link, this video link, and put it in the chat. First, let me put it. Okay. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd love to have you. If you'd like to become a member, I could throw the link in the chat for you as well. And I'm trying to think of what I wanted to do next. Oh, and last night on our, we did a poll. I forgot to tell you guys. It was 90% thought that OJ was guilty. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, this is the link. Okay, so I'm using a creator by the name of Swamp Rose. I'm using her video, but we're just gonna like pause it as we go because I want to show you. I just want to show you guys the messages. But this is her video link, and I'm gonna put it in the chat throughout the live. That way we can go over there and give her a view, or if you want to go over there and check out some more of her content. I'm not sure what kind of, I know she has Idaho 4 content, but I'm not sure what else she does. I haven't had a chance to look at her page. I just saw this actually right before I came on, and I was like, oh, okay, good. Like probably like an hour before I came on so I could watch it. But I forgot to say, but yeah, we're just going to go through this. We're going to go through the messages, and I'm going to like just turn the volume off because it doesn't have volume anyway. I think it's just music behind it. And we'll go through the messages that are on here. Now, a lot of people are saying that, you know, he, I guess Papa Rodger had wrote in the Facebook group after Bryan Kohberger was arrested. Everywhere I've seen online, it said that he stopped writing when Bryan Kohberger was arrested. So I'd love to see the messages that were written like afterwards. And because I didn't see any in here written after the murder. So, after the arrest, I'm sorry. So yeah, if anyone has those, if they want to email them to me, or if you just want to tell me like where they're at, I'll go look for them myself, and we can we can look at those. Okay. Let me see. Do I have this? I think I have it sped up a little. No, I don't. Okay. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. And so this was a group on Facebook that he was in. And this is the picture that Papa Rodgers put as his Facebook profile picture. And everyone thought, dang, that looks like Bryan Kohberger. Like side profile, picture of him. It does look like him. Now, and we got to remember, he started writing on this in this Facebook group 2 weeks after the homicides. So it would have been before Bryan Kohberger was arrested, before we knew about the knife sheath. He also went to his doctor's appointment. Remember, he had that routine doctor's appointment he had. He changed his license plates. He celebrated his 28th birthday. He said happy Thanksgiving to friends on through text. He went cross country road trip with his dad. All of that stuff's going on, with him. They're having, vigils in Idaho, and yeah. And then he might be, getting online and writing messages as well. I'm not going to read that thing. I had that up. I could have read it actually earlier. Okay. So November 30th, of the evidence released, the murder weapon has been consistent as a large fixed blade knife. This leads me to believe they found the sheath. The evidence was released prior to autopsies. So a lot of people were really stunned whenever, he came out and he said they must have found the sheath. And I think that's why, one of the messages and the reason why people thought it was Bryan Kohberger, that could have been a really lucky guess, or it could have been Bryan Kohberger or the person that did this, if it wasn't in fact Bryan. But yeah, that's pretty telling. I mean, if in fact these were correct. So it says this is on the high end side of the house. They found evidence here. It is likely blood dripping from the killers. Either way, or either they fled through this area or they were parked there. This being the most strategic entrance point to the house, it shows planning. So that's what they did say, in the probable cause affidavit, that they were up there circling, to park. And that's where everyone believes that he did park. So again, people, assumed. And then this is just a picture that someone had put with the video, the person that did the video, Swamp Rose. And let me paste that in there. You think he parked out front? He could have. Or even on the side. I wonder if you can park. I don't think there's parking right there. So maybe not. Because I don't think he'd want to be sticking out like a sore thumb, So it says, did the killers walk or driver walk to and from the scene? And it says thoughts. I mean, the person had good questions. This is the Google Trends. I wonder if I don't know if they pop it up or not. Oh yeah, they do. So it says Google Trends shows the search history for the house by date. Lots of Thursday activity. What do we think? So I don't know. Search history for the house. So people on Thursdays, I don't know what Thursday would be relative to anything, but we could always look up the Google Trends again. I forgot about Google Trends until I saw this video earlier. I was like, oh, forgot about Google Trends. So why did the killer choose a knife as the weapon of choice? I mean, good questions, whoever this person is, if they're trying to get the discussion started. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Wandering Orphan. Yeah, baby girl, I think he did too. I think he walked out the front door. I actually have that like thing like pinned at the top of my thing, like that the door was open, because it was. Someone was walking their dog and saw that it was open. So then December 8th, why did the killer choose that house over all the others in the area? I don't know. Why did he? I feel like the white car isn't relevant. Now, if this is, let's just play devil advocate and say this was Bryan Kohberger, right? He could have put that to say, like as a red herring or something, you know what I mean? Like, or just to get the conversation, around that it's not relevant, because people do listen to other people on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, what they take their word for everything. So someone could be like, I don't think that car is relevant either. But obviously it was. Now, I don't know how they knew about like this isn't all correct. This second floor, where they found the bodies, but it's dang freaking close. Like the Xana, that is where Ethan was probably found, in that general area. But I mean, for them to know that that was Xana's room to put her in there, that is weird to me. Because if you would have asked me to look at a layout of that house, I don't know where I wouldn't have put her there. I don't know where I would have put her. Actually, I think she's on the first floor, isn't she? This is the second floor. This is the second, but this looks like the first. For some reason, it does look like the first to me. But thoughts on this body placement? It's a second floor, and then access to the, from the ground or from that hill. And then the slider door is there. And then the stairs to the third floor. Come around the living room. They said Ethan was there, but he wasn't. And then you go down the hallway to, the second bedroom on the second floor. And then there's the stairs if you want to go downstairs to, the first floor to where Bethany and then Dylan was later on. And now see the middle picture or either of these pictures, it's lit up pretty like bright right there. I wonder if that's the same. Like, I wonder if like they turned anything on. I know that they were using lights in there, to see things. I don't know if they have a big light on in there right now, but I'm just wondering how dark it was in that hallway or how bright it was. For sure. Because we don't know for sure if they had that light on or not. I'm assuming they did. I'm assuming they kept that good vibe sign on all the time. And then it just says December 11th. He reiterates, why was a knife the weapon of choice? I don't think people really grabbed onto his first post about it, so he decided to post about it again. Yeah, Xana and Ethan were on the second floor. Yeah. 4 weeks in and no suspect. Sorry. What is the motive? December 11th, December 12th. What do we think is the height and weight of the killer? Now, who's going to know that? I mean, who's going to even be able to guess that? I wouldn't guess 5'10", athletically built, but not skinny, but not, athletically built or something. I don't know. I don't know what I would put him as. I'd probably put him looking like Rex Heuermann or something. But he wants to know what people think of that. And then, do we think the killer took anything from the house? Great question. I don't think he did. Unless those IDs that are inside unless that says IDs inside of a glove inside of a box. If that's what that says, then maybe he did take their IDs. Because I think it would be easy to get Kaylee and Maddie's identifications from that night. They didn't have a purse with them. Neither of them did. So they probably had their IDs, which they did because we saw Kaylee pull it out of her back pocket or out of the back of her phone, either or. But it would have been right there. Do you know what I mean? They probably would have taken it out of their pocket when they got home, put it on their like nightstand or their dresser or their desk or whatever right there in the room. If it was in their phone case, like on the back of their phone, some of them have like a phone case that you can put like, or a card case you can put your cards in. That would be easy to see, to like just grab it. But we haven't heard anything. Is the killer still in Moscow, Idaho right now? And this is December 12th. So this would have been the last day that Bryan went to class. Does anyone know for sure when he left? I want to say this is the day he left. But either way, it would have been a no. How did the killer leave the scene? Did clean up at all? I think they meant did he or did they clean up at all? And that was December 13th. So a month after. Not a new post from me, but still very relevant. How long was the killer in the house? I want to know who this Papa Rodger is. You just need to come out and say who you are. Because it's just very interesting. I mean, no one's going to think that you did anything. I would just be like, dude, very interesting. 1 knife and 4 people. The killer took a big risk. The knife could have easily broken off or become ineffective after 1 or 2 murders. Are we sure there is only 1 knife involved? December 13th. We're pretty sure there's only 1. He did have 3 other ones, though, and he was located in at his parents' house. But they were like, I think they were more like folding knives and stuff. So if the door was left open or the heat wasn't on, are we sure of the timeline of deaths? It was 28 degrees and overcast the night of the murders. Door was left open. Don't know about the heat. Now, they did send an HVAC. Remember that? So I wonder if like the air conditioner was on or something, and then that like drew their suspicions to the HVAC system. I don't know, but I do know that that is right. It was 28 degrees and an overcast the night of the murders, and the front door was left open. Now, we have heard also, we heard right after the homicides that the back slider door was left open too, but I don't remember where I saw that, so I could pull that up for you guys. Or who said it. Let me know if you guys remember hearing that. The back slider was open too. So maybe whoever did, do this, maybe they opened the door so it would, that would cause it to, the bodies wouldn't go into like rigor mortis and stuff as quickly. With it being like colder in the house. But I don't know how cold it would have to be. So it says, fight me. Oh, there we go. There's where it says, fight me. Ellie is no closer to solving this than they were 30 days ago. Well, guess we could fight them on that. I think this is just music behind it. Yeah. So Papa Rodger says here, I posted it weeks ago. It has been removed now. This is just the address. And then he's writing to this person. It says, Kaylee was searched 40 times and Maddie 39 times on November 12th. And I guess it's the Google Trends. Day 32 and no motive. Same as day 1. I want to say maybe there was a... No, maybe the 16th that there was a press conference. Any known internet suspect has been eliminated at this point. Fight me. Internet suspect. What do you mean, internet suspect? He was on to fight him. The date of the killing was chosen on purpose. Thoughts? Yeah, maybe. I'm sure it was chosen on purpose. Day 37, do we think Ellie has a motive yet? So then December 20th, he writes, a knife is a very risky weapon if you know you are going to murder 4 people. Do we think the killer also had another weapon, such as a stun gun or other knife? Or did they not know what they would encounter? Both very good questions. Do we think that he had like a stun gun or something? Perhaps. I don't know how he got Ethan down, took Ethan down. I really don't, without having to use something other than the knife, just because I feel like, I don't know, unless he just, the first one was just a really bad, wound. It's terrible. Let's see if it should go. There we go. I'm like, well, is it going to go to the next one? Ethan didn't live at the crime scene. Very possible the killer didn't know he was there. Thoughts? I thought that in the beginning too, maybe. Like that he didn't know that Ethan would be there. I also don't know if he really knew that Kaylee was going to be there, though. How many cars were in the driveway? 5? So yeah, maybe he thought that there wasn't that many people there. I don't know. I mean, you would think he would wonder about the brand new car sitting in the driveway. If he truly was going around 12 times or something, and you think he would write the cars down that are there the most, like, so he knows if he goes there who's going to be in the house. That just sounds like something that you would do. But I think that Ethan probably did surprise him. I think that Kaylee definitely surprised him. I most definitely think that Kaylee surprised him. I don't think that he thought that she was going to be there. And from the back of the house, I'm sure her light was like turned off, and he probably just assumed that she wasn't there. I don't think he realized it until he was already in Maddie's room, Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, hit the like button for your girl. It'll help me out tremendously. It'll get more people in here actually to the live. It's funny how that works. YouTube makes us like work to get into the algorithm. Makes us work hard. But you guys have the power to do it. The people that watch and subscribe. Did the killer drive, walk, or some combination of both to the scene? Good. I mean, these are good questions. I don't know if this is Bryan Kohberger or not, but I mean, the questions are pretty good. Like, I mean, they're thought-provoking. I will say that. I mean, like maybe he didn't park up there. Maybe he parked over in the parking lot where the apartments are, right beside it. And maybe he did walk. Because they were do you remember they were like using the I can't remember what it's called off the top of I'm going like my brain is dead tonight. Guys, sorry about that. Luminol. But like the blue luminol, they were spraying that and going over the other apartments across, like where the white apartments are, not the ones that are like, so if you're looking at the house, not the ones that are right here, but they would be the ones directly behind you. I think that's where they were spraying the luminol, which is it's pretty weird that they'd be all the way over there without a reason, And there's a little walkway right there too. And I mean, Kohberger would just look like another student. Especially, I mean, if he was all bundled up, that wouldn't even like look weird, I don't think. Regardless of what has been released, I believe this is a sexually motivated crime. Regardless of what's been released. Can someone post actual evidence or evidence showing where the bodies were found? And this was December 21st. I always thought it might have been a neighbor. Not like a neighbor, but like, well, no, like a neighbor, like somebody that was close enough to the house to be able to like be there, like be around, like walking around and doing those things, but somebody that like they wouldn't be necessarily like afraid of. I thought it was maybe somebody that lived in the area and they had like a longtime girlfriend or fiance. That's what in the beginning, that's what I was thinking, but it kind of changed with the times, And I think that the target was Maddie 100%. I think it was just Maddie, and then everything went to hell in a handbasket when he went in there. I think he got I think that Kaylee ran in there after she heard some noises. And then I think when he went down the stairs, that's where he met Xana coming back, probably taking her food into the kitchen. She was probably walking back towards her room, heard someone coming down the stairs, turned around. Could have happened like that. And I agree with you, Mary Beth. Yeah, I think that he was drained and he was just like Dylan. He was like, no, I don't got any more in me. And maybe because he thought it was so dark, maybe she wouldn't see him. Or I swear that looks like a closet. Like if I was a person looking at that house, I'd be like, is this the bathroom or is this a closet? Like I wouldn't think a bedroom right there for some reason. I don't know why. I wouldn't. So can someone show it? Let's see. They did actually eventually show where the bodies were. But now he's what? Okay, now he's got them all kind of confused. So he's got them in Kaylee's room. But it's not. I know this won't be popular, but this is where I think the victims were found. So yeah, you didn't get any of them right, but yeah. But I guess you would be closer than most. I mean, I don't know, because it's like that we didn't know that they were up here on the third floor. I don't think the picture with Maddie's like the M with her boots had come out yet. It may have though, actually. No, it had. So he would know that they were up on the third floor. So that would be it. That's a 50-50 shot and he got it wrong. Okay. The killer is not in the victim's immediate circle. Day 39, December 22nd. And this is all in the University of Idaho murders discussion case discussion. The killer is not a student. Thoughts? No, he is. Now, if this was Bryan, he could have just been putting those kind of like little things in there to, make people not like go his way, but you never know. Now, whoever exited out these names, these are horrible. I can see everybody's name, but okay. Did the killer stop at 4 victims out of exhaustion, convenience, or lack of knowledge? And then someone just wrote, I think he decided to be done when he unexpectedly had Ethan as a challenge. And then someone else wrote, I think lack of knowledge or fear of getting caught because he had been there long enough. And then this one put, obviously, I don't know for sure, but it could be As simple as the girls on the bottom floor had locked their doors. The killer didn't want to get caught by waking, I can't see it, the other roommates up. And then I can't read the rest. So this person says, seems like the type of question only the killer would have an answer to. And then Papa Rodgers put, this entire board is assumptions. Papa Rodger, what have you been doing? And then someone put, someone tagged someone. If this person really does turn out to be Bryan, you would have been called, or you would have called it. Okay. And that was, I don't know when these posts were made. It doesn't say. December 8th. This one was December 8th. I don't know about these. Hold on a second. How would this be December 8th? I guess that's 6 hours ago, so we don't know. That was probably, okay, never mind. That was probably when he was arrested. Okay. I was like, wait. But it seems like the type of question only the killer would have an answer to. And then the assumptions thing. Then Julie Arnold put, Papa Rodger, he uses the word bored. Like, like, not sure if it's him. Sounds like something someone in their 40s or 50s would say, but maybe I'm wrong. Papa Rodgers, he uses the word. I already read that. So it says Julie Arnold. Hey, I'm 40s. I say forum, thread, boards, etc. Chat rooms. Don't stereotype. That person, but I'm 39. I was 40, so I could be wrong. I just wanted to point it out. Yeah, I don't think she was saying anything like, seeming old, but I think they put this one up for a little while. Well, thank you, Mary Beth, for gifting out a membership. Artworks got it. Welcome in. Artworks 2. Artworks 1 must not have worked out. Hey, Tish. Hey, Nash Native. I missed you. Oh, I can't wait for all of it to come out. I'm excited. Oh, wait, did we read this? We didn't. Okay. So, 4 weeks in and no suspect. What is the motive? And someone said no. He said, Papa Rodger said no evidence. Someone wrote Papa Rodgers said, we don't know what the evidence is. It's as good as a guess as any other. A psychotic guy was mad at one or more of the girls for being rejected or whatever. And then someone put, this is very accurate. Okay. I mean, if somebody unalives someone just because they were rejected, I mean, I know it happens, but that's insanity, So, someone says my theory. I think that's where the no evidence was. So I'll read you the theory. My ex-boyfriend didn't want to lose the dog. Ex-boyfriend didn't want to lose the dog and was sick of the games Kaylee was playing. Parents admitted to her playing games with him. He killed everyone else to isolate her to potentially say something to her. I wonder where this person is nowadays. Multiple people are covering for him and under immense pressure, currently by Ellie, his alibi and the driver of the Elantra. Supposedly he was staying at a friend's. Papa Rodgers, well, at least you're smart. Put no evidence. Brian Lane put, it's just speculation, but it makes sense. I get the sense Ellie doesn't believe the driver was the killer. May have key info. I guarantee they are re-interviewing his alibi/alibis. It took them 3 weeks to clear him. To clear who? Well, Papa's the killer, so he knew. And then someone put, wasn't there 3 or 4 roommates up all night playing video games? Then you would have to have all 4 in on it, which would be impossible and make no sense. Who was playing video games? Everyone would crack under interrogation within 60 minutes after the death penalty gets brought up. No way a single friend or 4 dudes cover for a quadruple homicide. I agree with that. Thank you guys all for being here. We're going through the Papa Rodgers post right now. I'm going to put the link to this video in the chat. That way you guys have it. And I'm using Swamp Rose's video. She did this last year. It's been about a year ago. Is this not on full screen? No, it is. Okay. So what do we think is the height and weight of the killer? And then this is what he's writing, and this is what people are like, commenting. Someone put 9 feet 3 inches, 476 pounds. Big bellied and too wide to fit through a normal door. He had to leave sideways. He hid the knife in his belly flap, someone said. That's cute. Roided out muscle man, 6'2", 200 pounds. You ask the weirdest questions. This doesn't even matter. And then the same girl said the same thing earlier. Does it really matter the size? Okay. No, it doesn't. But it's a good conversation to have, I guess, if you want to have a conversation about the case. What do we think is the height and weight of the killer? And then the same thing. These are the same comments I've already read. And then someone said, you sure ask a lot of odd questions. And he put, are they? Okay, so he put, are they? And then someone said, and now we know why. Papa Rodger, to answer seriously, male, this is, oh my God, this is a big range. Between 5'6" and 6'3". Maybe 165 pounds to 235 pounds. In other words, could be a make of any weight or height. Giant range, Papa Rodger put. Papa Rodger, John Demerit put, yeah, Papa Rodger, yes, height, weight have nothing to do with it, in my opinion. It's a male, in my opinion, but their height and weight doesn't matter. Have met some smaller dudes that are 5'6" and 160 pound, soaking wet, that could fight / wrestle a 6 foot, 220 pound guy and still whoop their ass. And then he put giant range for that, I guess. Okay. And then that John guy put quick sample. Uriah Farber, I don't know, is a local UFC fighter and one of the best to do it. He is 5'6", 134. He would undoubtedly be able to take 98% of the non-UFC males in America of any height, weight in a fight. Plenty of smaller, gnarly guys. Papa Rodgers puts, matters if you are creating a profile of a very violent killer. And John wrote back to Papa and said, Papa Rodger completely 1000% disagree. Could be a male of any size. Definitely knows some gnarly smaller dudes I wouldn't want to tangle with. And then that's the same sentence, or that's what we already read. So then someone put 5'7", and they think this is what they think. 5'7" to 5'11", 140 to 150 pounds, lanky-ish. I don't think he's big. And then someone put big guy or 2 medium-sized guys. Are we kidding, Suzanne? Suzanne, are we kidding? Big guy or 2 medium-sized guys? That sounds like a damn freaking like fast food meal. I'll take a big one, a big guy or 2 medium-sized guys. Doesn't that sound like a freaking meal to you? It sounds like one to me. Oh, Suzanne, I hope you logged off, honey. Hope you logged off. They didn't redact your name very good. Papa here has had Facebook for 3 days now. They aren't legit. And then Rachel put, oh shit. Someone else put, you were talking to the killer. I know you are freaked out. So these might be when he was actually arrested. Papa here has had Facebook for 3 days. I already read that. And then I can't read that. So it says you are talking to the killer. It's the same thing. So. And then someone put that's $1 million question and okay, thoughts. If he's a student, then no, I do not feel the killer lives in the area when school is in session. Former profile Chris McDonough feels the killer was definitely familiar with the property. Melanie Stewart, he wrote back to her, I believe that they are familiar but temporary to the area, like working a short-term construction project. Well, that would have been easy to find out. I mean, the town isn't that big. My thoughts are, sorry. Man. Okay, sorry. My thoughts are the killer felt very comfortable in that area. There are so many houses and apartments in the area and on a dead end road. Someone stealthy enough to pull off 4 stabbings and thus far be, it just stops. Okay. Okay, we read that part. Okay, someone stealthy enough to pull off 4 stabbings and thus far be undetectable, very likely know where the security cameras were located. Well, there isn't any. Well, there is some, I guess. There's surveillance, yeah. I don't feel you gained this comfort level being in the area for a temporary gig. Last time I saw him, he was in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Yeah, it's close by, and he is also on this group's page interacting with us. And this is December 12th. So this person right here, this Tamala is saying killers on the loose, and he's in the Facebook group. The killer has a sexual dysfunction. Thoughts? And someone put, ew, what the F? And someone said he effing used the group for his sick shit. Holy Christ, what am I reading? Seriously, this is gross. What the F? Or WTF? Someone else put killer may, but it's not the callous belly for this crime. Okay. And then Papa Rodger put to Tom, what is the motive? And then there were 7 replies, so I don't know if we'll see those or not. Let's see if they show them. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And going through these messages with me. So Papa Rodger put why. Why you gotta be messing with my eye like this? In this exchange, he plants the seeds, but never fully answers or goes further, but details or thoughts only a perpetrator would know. And then someone put have a good night, and Papa Rodger put you too. Someone put very interesting exchange here. And then someone else put he has no tolerance for anyone insinuating it's Jack. This must be a weird feeling for her now if this is indeed him. Agreed. I thought no way at first, but now reading through all of them, I'd say it is. He's fishing. He wants to know what everyone is thinking. It's weird and creepy. I don't know when these posts were from. I think they were from the same day. But then you see these 6 hours. So 2 weeks and 6 hours. So they could have came back and, recommented after the arrest. So then Papa Rodger put, why would he have sexual dysfunction? He was in a jealous rage. If he can't have her, no one can. And then this person put, I thought no way at first, but now reading through all of them. Okay, we read that. I'd say he's fishing. He wants to know what everyone's thinking. It's creepy. In this exchange, he plants the seed, but never fully answers or goes further. But details or thoughts on it, only a perpetrator would know. And then someone put agreed. These messages are a little out of order, a little weird. Okay. Okay, so then this is just another message right here. Not knowing the details, this crime feels decidedly asexual, anti-sexual, in that it feels like a perp was angry and wanted to desexualize the victim, speaking exclusively about M and K, working on the theory that E and X may have been secondary victims. Maybe take away their perceived power over the perp or the perceived power he felt the victims had. Nature of the attacks would give more insight to this. And of course, factor in the nature of stabbing crimes and how that relates to sexuality. Piece to those. And then that's all we see right now. And that's it. And then where are we at? There was more messages. So okay. These are all the same. Oopsie. On the left side. So the new messages were on the right. So it says, this was not a sexually motivated crime. This was a crime motivated by revenge and hatred at its extreme. And then Papa Rodger put why. And Sarah wrote back and she put, I'm going by the usage of a knife up close and personal as opposed to using a gun. I think that's anyone who would commit this type of crime, using a knife especially, has to have some deep seated rage committing this act in a fit of adrenaline. And then Papa Rodger wrote back, who is that motivated and hasn't been brought to justice in 32 days? So who is that motivated and who hasn't been brought to justice in 32 days? We're almost done with these messages too. Okay. It says DNA testing takes a while to come back. Surveillance videos take a while to be combed over. I'm pretty sure that Ellie has narrowed down their prospects. With a case like this, they have to be certain of the evidence to make sure the charges stick and justice is served. And then someone else wrote, some get off on killing. I forget what it's called, but that's there. Well, yeah, you get it. And Papa Rodger put question mark. And then Papa Rodger put that it's their sexual gratification. I don't understand. That's what Papa Rodger put again. Papa Rodger put, bro, use Google. Okay. And then Papa Rodger put, who is that motivated and hasn't been brought to justice in 32 days? And then the Sarah person put, that house has been accessed by many people. DNA testing takes a while to come back. And then we just read that. But surveillance videos take a while to be combed over. Pretty sure Ellie has narrowed down their prospects. With a case like this, they have to be certain of the evidence to make sure the charges stick and justice is served. And that's what they were doing. But we didn't know at the time. Oh, that one went quick. This is the same one. Same. Yeah, that's all the same. Okay. Some get off on killing. I forget what it's called. We read that. So then where were we at? Have a good night. These are all. So I think these are all we've read through. Oh, wait. Okay. So right here, this has to be sad yet iconic interaction, to be honest. Yes, and this one, someone put this. Yes, he also likes his steak medium. And then Papa Rodger put, is that your first thought? And then someone put, killer may, but it's not the cow's belly for this crime. What is the motive? Papa Rodger put. Papa Rodger wants to know what the motive is. The date of the killing was chosen on purpose. Thoughts. And this is another thread. So it says, yes, that's because they are all 13s. And you knew this. What? 13 what? They're numbers associated with other murders that correlate with Idaho. And then someone put, would almost bet he'll be charged in that too. Charged in what? Oh, that's all of it. Yep. I was just looking to see. Let me put this link back in the chat if you want to go over there and give her a listen and look at these different things. I can't even think of what I'm saying. Different Papa Rodger posts. Okay. Now, the next thing that he was looking at was this inside looking. I'm debating. I think we could go over some of it tonight and then go over the rest of it like on a part 2 because it's a lot to go over. Now, let's see. He did start doing the inside looking, like I said. When would I say that? around December 24th of 2022 is when these messages started coming up in a Reddit post or Reddit thread. So it was the Reddit thread, Inside Looking is the name. And we'll go through like some of these and then let me see real quick. Make sure I don't have anything else up here for you guys. Okay. If you guys don't mind just taking a second to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you enjoy true crime, that's what we do talk about nightly, is true crime. So I'm going to blow this up so we can all see it because it's pretty small. But actually, let me show you what it looks like before. So it's just this Reddit page here. I just downloaded it. It's 33 pages of comments. Let's see how far we can go without me getting too much of a headache or anything. I say we go for like another half hour or a little less. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. My shirt says, what does it say? In my feelings. I'm in my feelings today. Okay. So Inside Looking, if you guys are unfamiliar with the way that Reddit is set up, it's kind of hard to explain it, but this is just the comment thread. So they have an overview post, comments, and then awards received. But these are going to be all the comments from Inside Looking, and I'll tell you who what post he's commenting on and everything. And so it says the first one here, Inside Looking commented on Chief of Police James Fry thanking the public for recent tips. And then this was on the 24th of December. And it says, or just slowing down on updating the public with the same info all the time. Inside Looking commented on house being turned over to owner. And these are this is the Idaho murder Reddit. So if you look over here where it is like bold, that's the Reddit group that Inside Looking was commenting in. So it wasn't just one, it was multiple. So Idaho murders subgroup, Moscow murders subgroup. And then it says Inside Looking commented on general discussion thread December 27th, 2022. And it was in the Moscow murders. And it says, look at the killer's route, all in capital letters. And that was December 27th. So a few days before Bryan got arrested. Inside Looking commented on 12/28/2022 daily discussion, Idaho murders. Blood runs down from XE room, not stairs. Inside Looking commented on does the killer likely live in the neighborhood in the Moscow murders subthread. And it says, you mean 0% chance. And it says, does the killer likely live in the neighborhood? That was the question. And Inside Looking said, you mean 0% chance. Inside Looking commented on Moscow police reports from November 3rd through the 13th in the Moscow murders subreddit. And he said, wow, you got him. And then again, same thing. Wow, you got him. Then on then Inside Looking comments on does the killer likely live in the neighborhood? And this is under the Moscow murder subreddit. There's Moscow murders, Moscow murder. So there's two different subreddits there. Killer didn't walk there, in my opinion. Well, obviously. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't. Like, I can maybe zoom in on this. Let's see. My iPad stands right here, so it's really hard. I don't think I can. Oh, yeah, I can. I swear. I need a better, like, this is the best trackpad I could have, but it's not going to go up any further. I'm like, I can't get a better one, but I need one like over here on like my right side. I'm trying to see like what he put there, but I'm not sure. Okay. Killer enters the sliding door. I think that's where the X is. If X If Kaylee, Maddie, and Kaylee and Maddie were targets, the path doesn't cross Xana and Ethan. If Xana and Ethan were targets, the path doesn't cross Kaylee and Maddie. Let me see if I can. Oops. Let me put this back really quick. Okay. Trying to get it to where we can read it. Okay. If E and K did not reside at the home, E and K did not reside at the home. Okay. Therefore, X and M must have been targets. And then he inside looking says not ex-military in my opinion. Then they say no, they were a Sigma Chi. Inside looking says K was not target in my opinion. XM, Xana and Maddie were targets. Look at the killer's route inside the home. K being target doesn't make any sense. And then he commented, or she, which I mean could be a girl or guy, inside looking commented, it says, do you think the killer is among us? Enjoying the fact that no one has a clue what happened. And they commented that in the Moscow Murders Reddit. And he said, being on the run is not fun, in my opinion. Inside Looking commented on 12/27/2022 daily discussion of the Idaho murders. And he put X and M were targets, in my opinion. So reiterating that. And then Inside Looking commented, this was his comment to, can we talk about one of the guys in the video? Not sure which video. Maybe the grub truck video. And then the general, he looked, Inside Looking commented on the general discussion thread, December 27th. Not sure, maybe kept in Kay's room. So he commented something about something was kept in Kaylee's room. Maybe the dog? I don't know. Killer went, Inside Looking commented on Theory's thread. Inside Looking commented, killer went in X and E's room, then M and K's room, in my opinion. That was wrong. So that's not correcto. In my opinion, look at the map and the killer's movements. Why would the killer leave two people alive at the scene? Movement was intentional. The kitchen was the entry point. So if Maddie and Kaylee was the targets, the killer's route would be the kitchen and stairs. That path does not cross with Xana and Ethan. If Xana and Ethan were the targets, the killer's route would be kitchen and living room. The path does not cross with Maddie and Kaylee. Therefore, X and M are the targets, in my opinion. Well, that's not necessarily true because he could have caught him in the hallway. So Inside Looking said, that's what I'm saying. X and M were the targets, in my opinion. In my opinion, at the map and the killer, look at the map and the killer's movements. Why would the killer leave two people alive at the scene? We already read this part, but movement was intentional. The kitchen was the entry point. If Maddie and Kaylee were the targets, the killer's route would be kitchen and stairs. The path does not cross with Xana and Ethan. If Xana and Ethan were the targets, the killer's route would be the kitchen and living room. The path does not cross with Maddie and Kaylee. And like I said, I don't know why this is like all the same. It's like edited. That's why. So this was 5 days ago, and then he edited it. I don't know why he edited it. It's the same thing. And then X and M, in my opinion. E in the bedroom, in my opinion. Xana and Maddie were the targets, in my opinion. He really wants that. This is all 5 days. This is kind of like manic. 5 days still. Killer went to Xana and Ethan's room, then to Maddie and Kaylee's room, in my opinion. No, that's not how that worked, but that's okay. Exactly. Crime scene was also expanded to the parking lot and not to Wallensa. Inside Looking said that. Well, that's wrong too. Because, I mean, the crime scene wasn't expanded to Wallensa, but the route, and they got video surveillance cameras on Wallensa of Bryan Kohberger driving. So Inside Looking commented on confused about the K had a stalker angle. Her parents can't get closure without the Y, in my opinion, Inside Looking said. Inside Looking commented on Theory's thread. Killer went to Xana and Ethan's room and then to Maddie and Kaylee's room. And then I put in there, in my opinion, equals in my opinion. And then he also put, actually, this route is correct, the most logical in my opinion. Inside Looking commented on Theories thread and the Moscow murders. And it says, no, killer was outside before murders, in my opinion. Inside Looking put, likely X and M were targets, same work, same sorority, same house, same majors, same, or different floors, sorry. Killer went to Xana and Ethan's room, then Kaylee and Maddie's room. That was 6 days ago. In my opinion, he's putting the same thing. Like then he put, no, killer went to Xana and Ethan's room, then to Maddie and Kaylee's room. This is all 6 days ago. I don't know from the date. I don't know what the exact date is. So it says he put, no, two vastly different personas, in my opinion. Inside Looking commented on the daily discussion for 12/26. So this is December 26th. And it says, write them a letter and find out. And then JD cleared, EC not in hallway, in my opinion. Like Ethan Chapin was not in the hallway. JD cleared, again. Wrong, killer went to Xana and Ethan's room, then Maddie and Kaylee's room, in my opinion. Then why would you say wrong? And someone probably said, like, I don't think that's how that went down. And he's like, wrong. Like, if you're not there, how can you say if it's wrong or right? You know, I don't think this is Kohberger, though. This just doesn't feel like him to me. Inside Looking puts, wrong, killer was in parking lot behind the house and drove off from there, in my opinion. Inside Looking says they were in their rooms, in my opinion. He commented on what if this was a sexual assault attempt? And he said, I don't know what you said because I never responded to you. Inside Looking, under JD Fam speaks out. It was an article. He said, yes, that's what I mean. Oh, I don't know what I just did. What did I? Oh, okay. I'm like, what am I doing when I hit that? Okay. What if this was a sexual assault attempt? And he says, Ellie states no essay, stick to facts. No sexual assault, end of story. Questions regarding the fixed blade. Killer went to Xana and Ethan's room and then Maddie and Kaylee's room, so Kaylee was likely the last victim. This person's not very on it. And then they're in the Idaho 4th subreddit. Comment on extent of the stab wounds. Yeah, it's not the movies, is what they put. Okay, yeah, it's not the movies. And then he commented, he dodged a bullet, in my opinion. JD is clear. He has nothing to do with it. JD is cleared. Jack DeCore is who they're assuming, and I guess they're saying. Killer went to Xana and Ethan's room first, then Maddie and Kaylee's room. Okay, they just really want to be pushing that. They're going through all the different subreddits, and they're saying that. And it says, did the killer find Xana's bedroom by accident? That's what Ellie is trying to figure out, Inside Looking said. Inside Looking commented on, did they find the white Hyundai Elantra? And he said no. Inside Looking commented on the 300-mile corridor. Go drive out there and look for everyone. Inside Looking commented on, why did the police initially believe these murders were targeted? And he said they didn't have a suspect at that time. Inside Looking commented on, did the killers find Xana's bedroom by accident? Killer went straight to Xana's room. It was not by accident. Comment on, is the killer on these boards? Speculation, they are on one of them 100%. I don't know why it's twice, but okay. Okay, it says, commented on multiple suspects for multiple victims. Speculation, one killer. Okay, Inside Looking, maybe I'm changing my mind about you. Inside Looking commented on home security tips. Just put a yard sign out that says you're a gun owner. Most effective way, in my opinion. Everybody get their gun signs. Get your gun lawn signs. General discussion thread. He commented on the December 19th one. Speculations, bodies were inside room. Well, yeah, they weren't outside. commented on the sliding door, opinions of users. Look at my first comment. I edited it so you got the info. Oh, maybe it's right here. It was left open. It should be convincing by this picture as they took a part of the outside handle for evidence, but not the inside. Also, ISP Snell confirmed it was the sliding glass door for entry. Maybe this is what... No, that doesn't say that. I can read it, though. I just don't know if that's true. Amanda Rowley? ISP spokesperson Aaron Snell told me this afternoon it was believed that the potential suspect came through the sliding glass doors, but again, there appeared to be no signs of forced entry. Man, I got some good vision if I can read that. Commented on the killing order. It's the route. I don't know the targets. We'll read this till like page 5. Insider Looking commented on general discussion thread. Weekend of December 17th, investigators' movements in the home. They redacted the killer's path, started kitchen, then Xana and Ethan's room, and then Maddie and Kaylee's room. And then he commented on Kaylee Gonzalez's father told Fox News that they have had the recently released surveillance video said just 2 girls having a good time, asking about their bartender. It was pretty clear that this individual was not part of the investigation as far as a suspect. And then Inside Looking put, don't bite the hand that feeds, you get nothing. Wow. They put, I'm 100% confident this is the route the killer took. Feel free to PM me. No, thank you. Speculation, EX room, then MK room. I don't know why he keeps putting that in all these forums. Okay, every time he puts that, we're just going to skip through. He didn't specify it was HG. He was referring to a person on the cleared list. He never named them. Okay. Commented on News Nation's video. What are your thoughts on this? Speculation entered sliding door. The killer was not waiting in the home. And then he commented on a 2011 white Hyundai Elantra GLS that was purchased earlier this year, summer in Washington for sale in Idaho. How much they selling it for? Miles, any issues? Oh, I guess he wanted to buy himself a new little Hyundai Elantra. And then he commented on how will this go down? Will they announce a suspect or will the first we hear be a full-blown arrest? And it was a full-blown arrest. Speculation, they'll find the car first, suspect will be announced, and then the manhunt begins. That's not how that worked. Speculation on the case. Bryan Kohberger explores Idaho killer's possible escape routes. Speculation, one is a registered sex offender and the other is a violent offender. All I am saying is that the killer was not a registered SO. I would bet all of my chips on that. And then I don't know why he is this guy. I don't see tire marks there, but he's trying to say there's tire marks there. There's not. I don't see any. Inside Looking, the possible escape routes. Speculation, it was not an SO. Could someone who was angry have hired someone to kill? Speculation, this was not the case. Speculation, this was not a thrill kill. Speculation, reeks of VO behavior, not SO. Speculation, it was not an SO. I was mistaken by your post. Yeah, you're right. You said that. I'm all right now. I've been suffering confusion. I'll come back to this later. Okay, he's been suffering confusion. No markers on their footprints. Don't see any marking their footprints. They don't need to mark their footprints. They just need to put booties on and go. So alternatives as to why the Elantra is important. Elantra is connected. Ellie knew and searched for this car since day one. Owner has not come forward. Anonymous reports of car being perp immediately following the homicides. Speculation, identify 1, maybe 6, who knows? Speculation, to clarify when I say known, it could be small interaction to two best friends. See their shoes? No, you don't. They got booties on. They're all wearing booties, you dumbass. I'm sorry, but they are. Like, I don't get it. See their shoes? No, they're wearing booties. Just a theory, but perhaps the killer parked far away to avoid any possible connection. Speculation, no way the perp of a quadruple homicide wants a quick getaway. Why waste an hour to see lights go out when you can pull up and lights are already out? And then general discussion thread. Yeah, I've been bombarded with messages accusing me that I'm the killer, people telling me they're going to tip me in, and people asking me for personal information. It is a bit comical, but I'm trying to be clear as possible that I'm not the killer. Speculation, targeted and known to victims. Maybe not. Idaho murders, white car spotted in footage obtained by police one day after killings. Thank you for the acknowledgement. I still believe that's the case, and I guess we'll find out eventually. And then showing that picture again. Heel of shoe print. What in the hell is he even talking about? Look at the left of the red line. Follow the skid marks. There's nothing there, but it looks as if the car jumped that corner and corrected it where the officer stands. Like, I could see something maybe over here. Crazy. Okay. So I'm going to stop there, and then we're going to go back to this tomorrow and read the rest of these, because we're on page 7 of 33. And I'm starting to see double. I'm like starting to see double over here. Yeah, I'm going to try to, not me, I'm going to try to blow that picture up for you guys for tomorrow. That way we could see it better. You're tired too, baby girl. Me too. I only have, if you guys are new to the channel, I only have the one eye. So, after 2 hours of reading, I start to get a little tired. And that was my wrist that cracked. If you heard that, that was loud. Is everyone in here still? Everyone's cool? You cool? Cool. Okay. Yep. Animals are cool. Cool. And it was good to see a bunch of new names in chat tonight. I love seeing that. Sorry I couldn't chit chat more. Because if I'm reading, I'm on a whole other page and I can't see the chat other than my little iPad here. So I was trying to see what you guys were talking about. Hopefully you guys had a good time in the chat. Hopefully everyone was nice and kind to each other. And if you weren't, come on. Thanks, Katie K. Actually, you guys helped me pick out those glasses. They're like green and like tan. They're like multicolored. I got them from Warby Parker. They have really cute glasses, and they'll let you try on 5 pairs before you buy, and then you just send them back in, and then you tell them what pair you liked. Or if you don't like any of them, you can send them and get more. I love that. Okay, I was just reading your guys' chats. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for hitting the like button. It really does help the channel. It's free to do. And subscribing to the channel, that's another free way to do it. I love that. Okay. Oh. Pizza and sandwiches. Oh, that's what you guys are talking about? I saw that. Everything was already sold out. It's because it was so cheap. It was like really good prices. Did you see the bags were like $50? That's not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. But I saw that I didn't know they came out with it. The one day I don't go to Target. Damn. I was trying to be good today. I went to Kroger instead. No, they're not very expensive. I think those glasses were like 100 or 150. And I don't think that is very expensive for glasses. I don't think it is. Oh, Mary Beth, thank you. Maybe if I was younger. Actually, when I was younger, I was a model there for a while. And then I did promotions in bars for a long time in my mid-early 20s. And now I'm going to be 40 this year. They still write me. They'll text me and be like, do you want to do this like bar promotion or this like whatever it is, we'll pay you 20, 25 an hour. Like they'll give you like a fee or whatever. And like, they'll say it's for like 2 hours. And I'm just like, I can't move around like I used to. No, I probably could. I would model for Target clothes and their little bags, their little cute bag, like the little, what are they called? Boco or whatever bags. I don't even know the name of them. Those little bags you can take to the pool. Oh, it only lasted. Oh, wow. It only lasted a year. Oh man. I probably pay for this Target to stay in business. Actually, I've been doing really good. Have a good night, Grungers. Good to see ya. Hey, Diane. Thank you, Layla. Those pictures are a little old, and I didn't realize how skinny I was in those pictures till Vincent said something. And I was like, "Oh, look at my little legs." I'm a little bigger than that. That was when right after I would say those are like a couple years old. I'd say like 2. It was right after, it was like right when I was like quitting, like leaving the boutique and starting my own boutique. And I was really, really, really skinny. But I was really small. I was only like 100 pounds there, 115 maybe. I'm like 135, 140 now. So I just look better. But thank you so much for saying that. And those clothes are all on sale this weekend. I love that little dress that I have on, that little, it's like a teal color dress. You could wear that with leggings and wear it as a, what do they call those? Instead of a dress. I can't think of the words tonight, guys. The words are not coming to my head and my head. I must have read so much. I'm trying to think of what it was called. When it's like a longer t-shirt. Target is huge in the USA. Target is, yeah. Oh, Catty K, I use Corsics, Snail Mucin. All of it, all the products. I use the eye cream, I use the face cream, I use a tunic. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Norma. It's actually gotten a lot better over the years. It used to be like spotty, more spotty. Like I don't know, like not when I go in the sun, you'll tell it. You'll see a difference. You'll see the freckles, and you'll see like up here, you can start to see the spotting a little bit. Yeah, they got an eye cream. Yeah, I love it. Has one of those little balls on it, like the roller ball. See, you're a small like me, Mary Beth. Yeah, I don't know if I could be that small now, but you're shorter than me, I think. Aren't you like 5'6", you said? I don't know why I think you're 5'6". If you put in summer 25, you'll get 25% off all products this weekend. No way. Oh, Nash, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, no, I try to use sunscreen every day, at least on my face and like on my hands, like the back of my hands. My mom said those, and like my neck. She said those are the things that will get like old the fastest, which I could see because like my little hands are starting to get like little freckles on them, you know? I get freckles. You do have the Snail Mucin eye patches? I have those too. I only have a couple left though. I haven't used them in a while. What else do I have? Oh, I have the niacinamide. Okay, let me see. I got the hyaluronic acid with super vitamin E, and this is what you use during the day. And then I use this Snail Dual Essence. It's like 2-in-1. And then I use the eye cream, which I just forgot to grab it. And then the niacinamide 15. I'll put this one up so you guys can. Oh, it's trying to like get me instead of there we go. And it's all by Corsics. This stuff is so good. It makes you feel dewy. So those are the products I use. And I did a video, I think, on my TikTok with me using them. When you do the Snail Mucin, you're supposed to like massage it into your skin too. So those are my things for you at the end of the live. I need to start drinking more water though. I think that my skin would look even better with more water intake. I need to do that. I need to do that real bad. But this helps. This helps make it not so bad. And I don't really tan out in the sun. I mean, I do. Okay, I do tan out in the sun, but I don't tan very long out there. Like I'm not one of those people that go to the pool when the sun comes up and then I have to come in when the sun goes down. Like I'm out there for an hour, 2 hours maybe. Like if there's a good podcast, if there's like a good podcast on and I can just do my little crossword puzzles, I'll stand down there for like 3 or 4 hours, maybe at the top. Like that's probably the most. But if I don't have anyone down there talking to me, then, I don't know, I get bored after a little while. So I come back up. Plus I get really hot and I don't want to, ruin my skin. So, man, squeaky wheel. You probably are. You probably are. Men do. Men do. Oh, let me tell you. Hey, Ivy, let me tell you, this is sad, but it's sweet, but it's sad, but it's sweet. So, my bird family, they left the nest today. I was so sad. Like, it was really cute. We got to see it. We got to see them go and I don't know, just like seeing them grow from babies to like getting bigger, and then them doing their little wing things that they do. And then the mama was just kind of like pushing them, like, just do it, And so the one bird like flew and we were just like, oh my gosh, look at it go. And like it flew away and like went to their nest, I guess their new nest. And then the other one was just there all by his lonesome. And I'm like, oh my God, what if they leave him? Because he was smaller than his brother or sister. But the mama and daddy came back for him and then they like helped him go. It was so sweet. So Ladybug, I totally understand about your eagles and your eaglets. Like if I had 2 eaglets that died, I mean, if my 2 little birds would have died, I would have been so upset. So now I completely understand. I understand how much you like the birds. Yes, and donate blood if you can. Definitely. Oh, I'm a nice lady, Squeaky. But no, that's really what they say. They say guys look better as they age. And birds. My mom said birds too, because the male birds are usually the brighter like colors because the women birds have to be like, able to protect the babies and stuff. So they have to blend in more with the trees. They have to be more like the browns and ugly colors. I bet you watch them all the time. I would be too. I should have had a camera out there for my birds. I cleaned up the stuff that, the droppings that they did, but I didn't clean the nest. I'm not taking the nest down or anytime soon. I'm going to leave it up there at least for a few days, but I know that they left. I miss them. I would turn the lights on so that they stayed warm the last few nights. I'm like, my birds are gone, but we don't want any more. I don't want any more birds because I want to be able to do lives outside. I have a really cool chair that I could sit in out there that hangs from the ceiling. So as long as it doesn't break, it would be funny if it did. You do know you feeling better, Mary Beth? I hope you are. Well, I'm going to jump off here. It's a little later than I'm used to, but that's okay because I came on later. Vincent said he might be asleep. I'm going to go wake him up. He was sleeping last night when I got off the live. And I'll put the membership link in the chat one more time. And thank you guys all for being here tonight. We'll be back on tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might come on earlier. Maybe I'll do a poll because it's Sunday. So I don't know if you guys are online earlier on Sundays or if you guys are still online later on in the evening. But either way, we'll be here. Yeah. Oh, Ivy, I'll be thinking of you. After you're healed, you're going to be, man, that's when it's going to be, I feel like real with you. You know what I mean? You've lost all that weight. You've done so well. Right, Squeaky? He better too. He better. I'm counting it down. I'm like, you're going to get on this camera, buddy. I think that he would. I think he totally would sit back here if Mia wasn't taking a spot. Look at her. Look at this dog. Arms are over the couch. And this is the couch. This is like it's a chair, but it's very big. That's just a very big dog. You're going to do great, Ivy. You're going to do great. You'll probably be in a little bit of pain, but like a little sore, but you'll probably feel better. You're going to feel lighter. I don't know how that would feel. Like I felt heavier after my surgery because they put metal in, but I didn't feel the metal. But 8 pounds of me should be taken off the scale every time I get on there. I tell Vincent that all the time. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, that's how much it weighs. I called, I asked. But thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks for talking to me a little bit after the live. I appreciate that too. I like talking to you guys at the end of the live, just about whatever. Don't forget, I do have a second channel. It's called Unfiltered with Tanya. The link usually is flowing through the chat at night. And I want to start doing some like afternoon lives over there, just more focused on just trending topics, open topics. We can kind of talk about whatever we want to talk about over there. Just kind of keeping it like a life vlog kind of channel, and just, things like that. Maybe I'll start doing like a day in the life with me. I thought about doing that as one of my like first videos. But that's a lot of editing and that's a lot of work, but I think that'd be a good video to start off with. Day in the life of me. So you guys can see what I do to like get ready for, the lives and all that stuff. And you guys can see like the setup better, because I feel like you guys can't even see really back there. Like I have these like cute little decorations. Y'all can't even see them. I need to take a picture. Show you guys. But thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I hope I get to see you guys tomorrow on tomorrow night's live. If I don't, I might see you next week. We are here every day at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk true crime. So if that's what you're into, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know